Welcome back to Funny Conversations, episode 2, with returning guest star Eric. So, it's just gonna be another good episode, I can tell. Man. So what happened, Eric? How'd you freaking fall asleep on an amp?
I didn't fall asleep on my amp. I was leaning on my arm while, I had my arm propped up on the tote in front of the amp.
Yeah.
And whenever Alden came back, I had apparently passed out and my face was pressed against the speaker of the amp. So the microphone was, smashed between my face and the amp. So when Alden came back, all we could hear was...
Yeah. Wow.
Just turn it down.
Remember? Oh no. What are you gonna play, Eric? Stop. You remember that, what was it? There's a lot of times by the railroad and stuff, but there's a lot of times at the bowling alley. Oh, that kind of caught me off guard. That really did. It's not that funny. Why are you laughing so hard?
Just your reaction.
It's like, when I came over to his house, he was in the bath and I just pounded on and he went, ah!
Yeah, you fucking hit the door and all you hear me.
Yeah, I'm like, FBI, open up, bitch. And now I'm... But what was that one time? Oh yeah, that one time we thought we were being stalked by a guy.
Oh, yeah.
By the apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? Remember that? Hey. You remember that, Eric, though?
Yeah, I remember that.
What, didn't he go like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he's like, how you doing?
I mean, it looked like he was coming after us.
Yeah.
It looked like a freaking Mr. Nightmare thumbnail video. And, I mean, it just looked like he was, the way the shadow, it was scary. But, it's what you get for walking in an apartment complex.
At 9 at night.
Yeah.
In pitch darkness.
Yeah.
Aside from a single street lamp.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then, I doubt you want to tell that other railroad story.
No.
We'll leave it a mystery, folks. But, what was that, you wouldn't download a car, would you?
I have one question for you. You wouldn't download a fucking car, would you?
That was a good part of my episode last time.
I thought you were about to say it was a good porn and all
Stop. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. On YouTube, it was the best thing I ever watched. It was like, dude, I just saw, oh,
I have one question.
No, stop. We did this on the other episode, Eric.
You wouldn't download a fucking car, would you?
Stop. Is that going to be a recurring thing in each episode? I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. Possibly. I was thinking about having other guests on the show, but
Whoever you have on is like I tell them to. It's like I tell them to play that video as you start it. You're like, how did you know?
Yeah. Oh man. Just like, oh, that was a good porn. Like, that's not what I said, Eric. Stop. We don't want this to be real loud for the audience. Don't do it.
I turned it down.
I can't see that. I don't know that. Yeah. What was that?
What was what?
I don't know. That's not gonna be good.
That hurt my ear.
Yeah, what do you think it's supposed to do? Like, man, well, there's so many times at the bowling alley. It's hard to. And then that time, what? Remember that time?
That what?
no, the times at the park and stuff. It's all coming back to me. Remember, like, was it?
Were you with us the day that I got a case of LaCroix and it like fell and like all of them just rolled everywhere? And Brian picked one of them up and I grabbed it in my mouth and it like opened itself and you just hear.
Wait,
I had coconut LaCroix coming out my nose. It was all over my face. It was down my shirt. I smelled like a coconut for the rest of the day.
Yeah, with your permission, I'm gonna. If they that video, remember that video I took you throwing up at the park?
Oh God!
I got a video of him, like he drank. I don't know how many LaCroix in how many minutes, but
it was like 4 LaCroix in about 6 minutes.
Yeah, and he was like starting. Oh, what?
Yeah, I pulled one over on you guys too, because you see me just turn around, pick up the lid of the trash can, look into it, and just close. And like, all right, I'm good. And then like 3 seconds later, you see me fly around and throw the lid off the trash can. And start throwing up.
That has to be one of the funniest videos
Yeah,
I ever took.
Like all you hear is, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
I threw the lid off of that trash can because I didn't know if I'd make it off in time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like that just. Like the times you threw up, and that one time I hit. Well, I kind of, for legal purposes, I did not hit him with my car, but
it was mainly my fault because.
I was just
you were driving past, and I was sort of going alongside, but at the same time going closer to the car.
Yeah, and I was joking.
And then I tripped and just fell into the car, and like my friend Alden was just in the passenger seat too, and all he saw was my legs just fly up.
Yeah.
He thought that I went under the car.
Like what happened was I guess we were joking around. I was joking around, and I hit the gas pedal, and you guys were far away, and I was going past. Like I was gonna
you hit the gas pedal at the time that I tripped, and you just see me go.
No. Like I don't know how close you were when I started. I stopped, and like acted like you. I can't remember exactly, but I was gonna be like, "Hey, you guys, come in," and then I went.
God.
But anyway, and then I went like that, and then I see you like speed running, and then like I'm like, okay, and then. It looked like, I mean, from my point of view, it looked like you just jumped on the damn car.
No.
And I just saw you go like that. And I mean, I thought you might have been really hurt. I mean,
no. I might have had a little bit of a whiplash, but other than that, I was fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't jump. I tripped. I genuinely tripped and just went boom.
I'd see you're right up against my window.
Yeah.
Just like,
you just fucking see.
Yeah.
Like flipped over.
And then what was that? Times when we were with John and stuff that.
I did that for like 5 minutes on a car ride yesterday.
Why?
I was trying to annoy my older cousin.
Yeah. What was that? Oh yeah, that time. I used to, like, it's been a while actually, but however many months ago, I've come over to your house a lot, and we did a lot of stuff.
No, what all did we do?
Remember,
well, we ripped the door off of an old stove.
Yeah.
We absolutely destroyed an old microwave.
Yeah, and remember that fire?
Yeah.
We had like diesel and stuff.
And then fireworks. And then we push-started your four-wheeler.
Oh yeah, I was so happy.
All the neighbors were in their yard watching us like, what the hell are they doing? And then when it started up, I just turn around and they're all looking at us confused. I'm like, okay.
Like, I mean, my dad was like, oh, you can put, or I looked it up and my dad told me, oh, you can push start it or whatever. So I was like, oh, well, let's try it. Because I can't get it, the pulley was broke. And that was my only way of getting it started because the battery was dead. So I was like, let's try this. And then we tried it, I don't know how many times, but when we finally got it to work, I was like, yes! It's like, We tried it with yours, but it just freaking dragged.
Mm.
But and then that time,
We almost got it one time out of like the
Yeah,
10 times we tried it.
but like that one time when I came over here and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna see if I can get that old thing running. You know, the tires were deflated and what have you. The tires were deflated. The battery was dead.
Battery is dead.
We didn't even know if it'd been sitting there for years, I guess. And,
Like 2 or 3, I think.
yeah, and then so I thought, well, it'd be nice if I had somebody to ride with and stuff. So I brought the jumper pack, also the air compressor, little air compressor. What are you doing, Eric? This is all going in the video. It's gonna be so bad.
It's
Anyway,
just gonna be a bunch of jarbled nonsense anymore.
well,
That's all my life is in general. Is just a whole bunch of random shit. So
yeah, but I mean, I inflated the tires. I put the jumper on. I'm like, okay, we'll put a little bit of gas in it. We're like, okay, is this thing gonna start? We put it on. It goes. I'm like, wow, we actually got it to work. And then we did it a couple times, and like that one tire was it didn't hold air for very long, and
for too much long.
shut up. But like, and then I'm just like, shut up. But like,
Too much long.
but like then I'm like, oh, let's go take it for a test run. I'm like, hey, can you? Then we're going pretty good. Hey, you should pass me, Eric. I think you can go a little bit faster. You just go.
Yeah, as soon as I try to go faster.
As soon as you hit the gas on it, it just dies.
As soon as I hit the accelerator, it just dies. All you hear is. Whoa,
Yeah, and then I'm
shit.
like, oh,
So,
it's not good. So then
we were like half a mile away from home too. So
it wasn't that far. It was
it was somewhere between quarter of a mile and half a mile. It
then
wasn't quite half a mile, but
yeah, and then we tried the jump start again. The battery was completely screwed, so we couldn't. It didn't have a pull start on it. So so I ended up towing him with my 4-wheeler all the way back home, and you just saw the neighbors, and they were like,
yeah.
I mean, wow.
What is this?
What is this?
That was from Olden and I playing The Forest. The
Yeah.
first day that we started playing it together.
Yeah.
I have no clue what that picture is.
I don't know. I don't know.
Cats.
Remember. Wow, Eric.
What is happening on the TV in the other room?
I don't know. Well, we'll call that an episode. We'll see how it does.